Good morning. I'm here to talk to you today about deductive reasoning, and what we see here is a variety of properties that you have from Algebra 1. It'd be great if you could get these down in your notes. The addition property of equality, we're adding the same thing to both sides, the equation will still be equal, and so forth, all the way down to the distributive property, which you know is just distributing that A to both things inside the parentheses there, giving us A times B plus A times C. Let's go ahead and apply some of these properties using deductive reasoning to solving an algebraic equation. Here's an example of one. This is our if P then Q statement, or conditional statement, and they're asking us, given that, prove that x equals -6. So we'll start off with the initial statement here, which was given to us, and you just write given on the right. This is called a two-column proof. We have statements on the left and reasons on the right. In the next step, to do the next line, we're going to go ahead and, what are we doing? We're adding 4x to both sides. Adding 4x to both sides, and what allows us to do that? That is the addition property of equality, giving us 7x plus 8 equals -34. Step after that, we're going to go ahead and, to solve this equation, we'd subtract 8 from both sides, giving us 7x equals -42, and what allowed us to do that? The subtraction property of equality. And on the next line, going from here, where are we going to have to divide both sides by 7, which gives us x equals to -6, which is the division property of equality. So all those things on the right are the reasons that allow us to do each of those steps on the left, or our statements. So you just go ahead and use a ruler, create a T structure like that, given, reason. And let's go ahead and try and do another problem on our own. We'll go ahead and we're going to start off with, we're given 60 equals -3 times 8x minus 4, and that's the given, so we'll label that as the given, and we're going to solve this problem until we can get down to x equal to -2. So we'll go ahead and, how do we do it first? Distribute that -3 gives us -24x and plus 12. And what property was that? That was the distributive property. The distributive property. On the left, what's our next step? We'll subtract 12. So that sounds like the subtraction property of equality. That's correct. So we have the subtraction, and this is just a way to justify what you're doing. Subtraction property of equality. And on the left, what do we have to do now? Divide by -24. And that sounds like the division property of equality. Division property of equality. And that gives us -2 is equal to x. And, oh, we need one more step. We have to switch that around, don't we? Giving x equals -2. We didn't list that property on the other page, but that is the symmetric property. It's symmetrical, left and right are the same. So the symmetric property of equality. Okay, next thing, that's how we do a proof. In a two-column form, we have our statements on the left and our reasons on the right. You go ahead and look at this next problem for your video summary. Question number 1, just say what property was used to solve this problem.